Alright, everybody's going out today except for Bonnie, because she goes out a lot. She goes out more than the other one. So the Harley, TR4, the 106 Healy, Daphne's got to move, the Jaguar, and my little race car, all coming out. And I got to move all this stuff out of the way. Unicycle's going to stay up there. I'm not going to break my arm. So I could put the tractor on here sideways. So I'm waiting on the air compressor to stop, and we're going to take everybody for a little ride. Well, let me clean the glass while we're waiting. Good idea, huh? Takes a couple of shots of the Go Juice. I always crank her and put a battery charger on her and let the alternator light go out. It came with a generator, I know that. And let her warm up a little bit. So we're looking good here. Sounding good. So let's see if we can let her idle a little bit while I get the battery charger off. No, can't. Boy, this thing is, it's all the mix between the Jaguar and the MG. She's just as cold-natured as they come. She's the mixing motor's got to be completely warm. Let's just get this knocked off. Oh, she's gonna die on me. Don't die on me, girl. She's not gonna make it. She didn't. Okay, let's try her again. All right, key on. Start. There we go. Gotta get the alternator to kick again. Ooh, she don't like it. Get me warm, baby. Get me warm. There it lands. Okay. Fantastic oil pressure. Okay. It's about 60 degrees here. It's not super cold. Now TR4 will start up with no Go Juice. I probably need to go put the charger on the Harley battery once I get this one, or she'll idle. Alright, we're on the open road here. She's still not warmed up all the way. That door rattles. I gotta make a note of that. Fix that door. Note to self. Let's see if overdrive works here in a minute. Let's get our rev counter up a little bit more. Alright. Ready? Let's get a little bit more. These things are geared so low. There it goes. Alright, got overdrive. Nobody's behind me, nobody's in front of me. Always makes me happy. Alright. Okay, we made it. TR4 is a goer with that MGB locking mixture control, or choke is really mixture control. So yeah, she's always a goer. Go out, baby. There we go. Those GM alternators. Okay, let's take her out. Well, let's let her warm up a little bit. She's not quite. I had a TR4A for a very long time. My only car for about 9 years, 8 or 9 years, and she didn't really bucket the cold weather. That's about the right time. It's not quite that late. I know the purest of you will say, "Where's your amp meter?" That's supposed to be an amp meter, not a clock. There it is, right there. Side of an old boat, out of an old Chris Craft OMC drive. She's charging up too, ain't she? Okay, let's see if overdrive works. Let's let this car go by. Overdrive in this car's right here. Goes. Now this car is notorious for running out of fuel at a quarter tank, so I'm not going to go as far. I've been there before. Let's just turn around up here. I kind of forgot about that. so quarter tank on this means empty. The Harley's a different animal. We won't be filming any of that because you need to use every little part of your body for that stuff. So let's go over to here and make sure I'm legal with my tag and everything, and we'll get Lucy going. Okay, let's see if everything works here. Got good oil pressure here. She always starts right up. Is that if you tune up a Weber properly, which takes a while, it does take one of these, then your life is good. Let's see where we end up at. We're a little thick right now on fuel because she's cold and I just had to choke out, so that's okay. 11.5, a little bit in the, well, okay, whatever. We're not going to get into that mess again. All right, let's see if she'll idle down and keep idling and put the bonnet down. See? There's the motor right there. All right. Harley wouldn't start. Battery's too weak. Oh, there's some tools in here. I forgot about them. That's why I can't find those, because they're here. Okay. Lucy is a 5-speed. Look at that. That speedometer's working. It won't take long for that to fail. Look at me, I'm at 14. That's pretty cool there. That's alright. Okay, air fuel mixture's good. And the speedometer just went out and came back on again. That's more like it. Like the red-green show. Let's go into 5th gear. Oh, there we go. That Mustang 5-speed. Right at 2,000 RPMs. That's probably the minimum to do that. But yeah, she's a lot newer and a little bit more modern, so I don't have any trouble taking her to town, and I have better ways of disabling her too. I don't take the Jag, and I might take the TR4 to town, Bonnie to town. Never the Jag, never the Healy. They don't get more than 5 or 10 miles away from the house. But this car, look at that, working. Amazing. That's a perfect time too. All right, we're heating up. Got good amperage, everything else. Okay. Well, everything continued to work. All right, I got a big thumbs up from that little white car you see going around the curve up there. That was really nice. I always love that. Get that a lot in Daphne. We'll take Daphne out, but we won't record any of that. We see a lot of Daphne. She's out at least once or twice a week. All right, let's go on up here. I didn't get enough mo to get up here, did I? All right. Mixed a little xylene in her fuel with a little bit of the mysterious Marvel oil, and so yeah, she did fine. I prefer centigrade. I don't know why. It might be because of my mother. I don't know. Oh, come on. There you go. Turn the lights off. All right, and I'll turn that off. It's on with a key, but I like controlling it a little bit more. Finer sense of control. See, when you get out of this car, you're right there. I mean, you were literally inches from the ground. The Healy's actually lower than this car. It's time for the big girl. Let's see if I can get her to go. She's really particular, but it's ought to be warm enough for her. Okay, she's going. I got plenty of gas. It doesn't look like it, but I do. I put about 3 gallons in her. Let's see, 4:45. That ain't right. Seems to be my kind of running gag today. That 50-year-old clocks are working. It's 2:35. Okay, we just got that light out. Now this baby here, you're gonna have to be warmed up. There's just no 2 ways about it. Beep beep. Once radio still works. Yep. Like a charm. It's FM. There you go.
You love me more than these fish.
Okay, good enough. Ain't no overdrive or fifth speed in this thing, fifth gear, because it goes 150 from the day it was made. Almost 150, they say. Not really, but pretty close. 1967. This car came out in 61. Everything looking good. Oil pressure super high. But she's fine. Oh, let's see who that is. No wonder they waved at me. They're neighbors. I don't know them that well. Let's just go on up here. She's just raring to go. She'd love for me to just put it on down in the metal. There you go. The clock is running. These clocks are funny. If you keep getting the original and rebuilt, it'll keep burning out. So you got to find the guys that know how to put different works in them, unless you want to do it, and which you can. I've done it before, not in the Jaguar, but they got new works where you can turn the battery off. It's better. Still trying to get the Harley started. I think she needs a battery, so I got to get the jump pack on her. We'll see about that. She just lurches, ready to go. The faster she goes, the happier she is. I got her up to 80, and she just smooths out. Uh-oh, somebody's coming. I got the fuel warning light. I don't believe that, because I put a couple gallons in it. Let's see if these people are going to wave at us. They don't. Most people don't even know what it is. He don't know. And if they do know, it kind of makes them mad. I get it. I remember when I didn't have anything. These are not rich men's cars. I mean, when I got them, I got this car cheap because nobody could figure out why it didn't run right. So I figured it took me 10 years to figure it out. The other cars I got, a lot of them didn't run. Daphne was a wreck. She was okay, but she wasn't anything like she is now. The Healy was kind of a mess. Everything. We're gonna put her out. We're gonna put you out front, girl. And let's just put her right here. She's gonna be the first one to go back. So oil pressure goes down a little bit when she gets warm. Uh-oh, did I do that? I don't think I did. If I did, I'll edit it out. Now she's not prone to running on. Okay, yeah, she's shut off just nice there. Okay, let's get the tractor on the lift, right? That's the whole point of this. And kind of looked at the original seat belts. What seat belts come out 65 or something? I can't remember. All right. Just as an aside, I got my hose today, so there's another $74 worth of hose for this thing, and I'll put that on here in a little bit. So like I said, that fitting's $200, so they just put me straight ones and made the line a little longer. So if you got one of these things on your mild fire lift and this pops like this one did right here, then you can get out of it. That would be $270 to replace, and just because of that one flipping fitting. So see where I'm going with this, gang? I've done this on before, but I'll show you again. And I think I can get her in here. Let's move glass things, I think. All right, I got to get down here and do some work, don't I? So in order to get the tractor up here sideways, you move the ramps from there to there, and and you have to make these things. So I made these things out of 2x8s to hold tractor up, but the front wheels and the back wheels sit pretty good here. So, and you see I put that little stiffening bar in there too. So we got to get the tractor over here. I got to go up to the house with it first, and then we drive it right across here. But once you get it on there, you can move these around. But you know, just you know what I mean. Well, I'll show you when we get there. Okay, let's get 2305 out. Let's see if I can get the Harley going. Okay, see what I can grip with this. I brought the tractor in. I have to kind of square it up a little bit, go back and forth, go back and forth. Wrench in. I had this silly thing in reverse. Just fine this way. Lock down that brake and let that on down because that ain't gonna matter. I'll take this key because I might need it. I gotta move Daphne, and that's one of Daphne's keys. So, okay, so there you go. That works pretty doggone good, I think. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, everybody's out except for Bonnie. And got to get the Harley going, but everybody's out. So Jaggy did good. I call this car Spats. I call this car Honky. And I call that car Lucy, short for Lucifer. And so that's what I call them. And you all know Daphne. And that's Gilda. I don't know, some people name cars and some people don't. I just call her Jaggy, but I never have really given her an official name. She's just a little too something, too good. So I'm just fighting the clock again as always. So Bonnie's gonna stay there. Got the trailer over there, and I got a big burn pile to do. You had to pull the seat off of her because I got a jumper. Because I've got a rider today. I've just got to do it. So I get a lot of comments on that. Because that's pretty cool, man. So anybody need any power converters? Wow, that's a lifetime of them right there. Okay. Green subscribe button. Be sure and subscribe. Oh, I wanted to put that line on. Draining the oil out of this thing's a real pain because the deck's in the way. But I think I'll do the gear up a little bit and put that line on that jack, that rolly jack, and go ahead and do the fuel, the petrol filter. We'll put it right there for now. Okay. So, makes it a little easier to work on. Let's go ahead and do that. And see, these things just slide out of the way now. See, and now you can get right to every blade. We'll do that last. So, I got a pan that I use to drain the oil out of this. Let's get this thing on back. Let's put that line on. So I put a block of wood under this thing to raise it up so I could get the flipping wrench on it. And then I got this thing too. So fortunately it'll slip on there and do. So we'll get her going. Test her out here in a few minutes. Well, you can get away with that. Jacking it up, you can get a wrench on it. So let's see if it works here. We're gonna get right back to that in a minute. So let's see, there's no oil under it now. Okay. Well, that seemed to have been a problem, obviously. So, all right. Enough of that, huh? I'm gonna need this air tool to do other things to get the blades off and sharpen them. Noise alert. Well, it wasn't too noisy, was it? Okay, so let's get that fuel filter off. I know what I need for that. I might be climbing over this thing a couple of times, but it's okay. It's better than working on the ground, ain't it? So I sprayed brake clean all around in here, whatever good that does. It does do some good. Okay, so there's your on and off thing. As I remember, that thing's real tight. And this is the last thing you should do, but you sometimes just need that little bit of go. Okay. Yeah, that thing's always been real tight. Do that with the utmost care. Okay. You snap that off and you'd probably be very sad, huh? I think I would be. Okay, that's good enough for that. And I really don't care if it leaks on the... Oh, I did say something the other day, when you got your big air nozzle out, blow out in these tracks right here, because that's where you get a lot of your rust starting there. Well, let's see here. And this thing's got sort of wonkiness to it. I didn't open the other thing yet, but you get the gist of this. There you go. See. Okay. Let me get some more brake clean. Clean that off. Not keep stuff out of there. Da-da-da. Always credit Eric O for that. And just get it. That must be the oil sensor. Okay. So let's see what comes in the box, because why are you making noise? Let's see what comes in the box, because it's better to know what's in the box. Let's see if it's got O-rings and whatnot. So this is a lubrifiner. What is it? L4103F. I think they use these on 7 billion different machines. So all you get there is the filter. I guess something blowing around, making that noise. Okay, well, whatever it is. You don't seem to be attacking me. Okay, well, I'm going to do both hands. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Shouldn't leak much. Now, when you get ready to start her up again, be sure and cycle or turn the key on and off a couple times without starting it. Let's see what's down in there. I guess that's, I don't know what that is making that noise. See, there's a spring down there and some stuff, so you're going to clean all that off. Let's take a look at this filter. Okay, and see, there's one side and then another. This is why you wear gloves. Okay. No use saving that, huh? Let's move this over here. I wish I knew it was doing that. I hate doing that, but yeah, there's some scum down in there. Yeah, you can see it sort of rattling around. It looks like Musty One doing something, doesn't it? So, yeah, see all the particulates there? So, yeah, it was time. And that also holds water, gets water out of the system too. Okay, now I gotta turn my camera off somehow. Without touching it with the diesel-y glove. The one with the diesel-y nose. This O-ring is just flat. I'm gonna see if I got another one in my stash over there. And I don't know why that was in the bottom of it. I think that's just where I found it before. What's up in there? There's nothing up in there for that red thing to go onto. Okay. Let's see if I got another O-ring like that. Maybe one even better. Maybe I got a green one. Yeah. Yeah, I had one in my stash, so I'm happy about that. I don't have green ones that big. I always put Seal Glide on, or I always do. I think I figured out what this red thing is. It sort of struck me. I think that's a float. So if you get water in the bottom of the thing, it'll rise up. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody comment and let me know. I guess that's what that does. So let me clean all this off. I kind of like this thing. Okay, so let's see. That can go in there like it does, and that can go in there like it does. And you can tell a visible difference. That thing was flat. I need both hands to do this. Okay, so we're ready to go here. And that should just slip up on there. And you hope that it stays, so you can put the, there you go, and that should stay there. Oh, there you go, that should stay there. I'll do it again. I think I didn't get it in frame. But there you go. There you go. Get that. And then you get your nice clean ring and your seal glided O-ring. And what I imagine is the water float. And then I need both hands for this. There's just no way around it. It's just too hard to do with one hand. And I don't want to drop anything. You can hear the O-ring locking in place, and I'm glad that seal glide's on there. Actually, I should try to do it this way, but there's really not room. So, all right. All right, and that's on there good and tight. Don't lose your way here. Okay, now you got to remember which way you're going. So now you're going to go this way. With this thing, you watch it fill up. Whoa. Makes you real nervous, don't it? And there you go. You can feel it kind of lock. You can see it filling with diesel, but it'll be hard to start. So that's got to be what that thing does. That's got to be some kind of water indicator. That's pretty cool. I never really knew what it was. I just always put it back in there because it was in there when I took it out first time. So anyway, let's crack that loose right there. We're going to leave that in. You put oil here or in the top, whichever one you want to. The book said 3.2 quarts, I think. So it's somewhere around 3 quarts in this Yanmar 1.111 liter, whatever it is. Now, I saw a kit that said like 15W40, but my book for this thing says in my temperate zone, I don't have any African swallows, that 530 is probably best, and I like running the thinner oil as I can. So that's got to be the fuel pump, obviously. So it's not an electric fuel pump. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got a little primer. I didn't know that. It's got a little primer. Okay, well, I'll have to be sure and remember that, huh? Well, let's just do that. I don't want to overdo it. It ought to crank pretty easy now. Okay, crack that loose. Okay, just loose so it'll drain a little better. Let's close that back up a little bit firmly and clean that off. Just keep shooting it down there. So, whew, knock you out. Okay, this is the never change antifreeze, so I don't have to worry about that. My alternator belt looks okay, and we're going to take this off and blow it out here in a minute too. So let's just take it out now. Okay, this has the two system, the 2-stage they call it system. I changed. This thing has like 360 hours on it. Okay, and then there's that one. So I'm just going to blow that one out. And then it has this filter here. And see, it's pretty clean, actually. Okay, so we will be blowing those out and putting them back in. I got a little list right here. So yeah, let's sharpen blades. Oh yeah, I want to put some New Bright on the radiator. I got to do that outside though. Clean tranny, drain fill, axle. I don't think I need to worry much about this axle once again, since this is such a dirty beast here, and it would be doing yard work. Let's at least check the axle fluid. I believe this thing has a stick on it, and it doesn't really have enough hours on it to really warrant changing this fluid. And I don't use 4-wheel drive that much anyway, if at all. I usually just use that little kick down thing right there and use the positive traction. And the one on the other side I think does a 4-wheel drive. See, that oil looks like the day it was put in there. So we don't have to do that. But I am gonna take out that transmission thing if I can. And it's down there, and clean those magnets. So we'll do that too. Let's bust this loose. Let me get my thing. Okay. All right, let's blow them out. Blow them out. Get the my little strap wrench and get that off there. Get it loose. Oh, loosen that a little bit. Get some air and it's gonna drain better. Okay, I got the oil filter loose. Everything. I got the air filter blown out. It was mediocre dirty. And it's not, there's not a lot of dirt around here, but you know how these things are, they just get dirty. So it's good to clean that out. I'm not gonna mess with the alternator belt, not enough hours. Not gonna mess, I did the coolant like I said one time. I probably over keep it up, but okay, put her down. Okay, let's take a look here and see now. You can just pull this whole thing out of the way and then take a look at the blades. Yeah, the blades are a little dull. And there's the oil drain we're after right there. And you can tell it comes right down on this. Let me go get a pan and measure, see what size that is. That belt looks funky, but it sure works good. I guess John Deere knows what they're doing. Always just grab the micrometer. Measure your stuff, saves you a lot of trips. Oil drain plug was either a 17 or 11/16, but I can just reach in there and get it. Let's go, and you can see, let's see how bad it is. I feel it. There it goes. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Diesel oil's hard to tell because it gets black so quickly. So let's not have any breakage and spillage here. Probably should have put a piece of wood under that or something. I'll remember that next time because it tilts too far. It looks like I had enough in it. Okay. I'm gonna try to put that plug back in it and then get this out of here. Okay, I'm gonna let that drain for a good long time. And I hate doing it this way. 17 fits that real good though. No, it doesn't. What am I thinking? It's an 18. Fits it real good. Fits it better than 11/16 or whatever else it was. I think that's an 11/16. Now let's just use this one. That feels good and tight enough. Let me go get my air. Zip that thing off there and go on back to. Oh, am I gonna make it? Oh, there goes my welding helmet. Let's not let that go. It's got a glass thing in it. I don't like cracked welding helmet things. Do you? Okay. I know. So I get called in and I just run out of time all the time. And I feel like I need to do this because it's gonna be grass cutting time here pretty soon. And I gotta take the cars out and exercise them one more time. There you go. That time's a charm. Okay. Just zip, zip. Yeah, those are pretty dull. So let's sharpen them and balance them. Zip it right off with the air gun. That's just so much fun. All the times in your life you struggle down there trying to hold it with one hand and pull on a ratchet or something with the other. Days are behind me, baby. This is definitely a two-hand job here. And so anyway, let's get her going. Okay, that's about as bad as I can get it. That's pretty good. A lot better than it was. Don't like that brown hue on the grass, so here's my balancer. Let's see how we did. Okay, we did fine. I had the captain and Tennille get on my Pandora. These guys feel pretty bad sometimes. Okay. Yeah, that's... I might just take a little bit off the back right there. I think I'm gonna this back to make this lighter, and just to kind of give it the absolute best I can. And if you want it to work right, you got to do this too. You're asking for trouble if you do it. Okay, I got the drain plug back in. I got all the blades sharpened, put back on. Had a little trouble with that one getting it off, but it was okay. And I called the dealer. I decided that with 360 hours, I know what the book calls for. I asked him if I should pull that out right there, and he said no. He says all you do cut grass. He said you might be causing more trouble than it's worth. And I said okay. So, and there's my fluid. It's just ruby red, and it looks fine. So I changed it when I changed that primary filter. So he said if you did that and you changed most of the fluid, just don't even worry about that thing. Just don't. It's not a concern. Not having any trouble. I said no, not having any trouble. Just thought I'd do it in a service. He said don't do it. Well, let's get things going here. This is an old CarQuest. Got my drip pan down there because she's going to drip, see? It's going to drip a lot. Okay, so we're going to dump a little bit of that right there. What was in there? An 85 358. Now, I am generally of the opinion to charge the filter with a little bit of oil. The ring came off. Okay, good. There's two schools of thought on that, and you go to whatever school you want to on that thing. Okay, so as easy does it. And there's no reason to get crazy on the thing. Just as tight as you can get. Okay, so 3.2 quarts they say. So let's see what I got some 5W right there. Do I have some more of that? Looks like I'm down to 2.5 gallons. That's 10W, that's 2050 for the old cars. That's okay, it don't matter. I got enough for what I want to do now. This is my keep the birds out of it thing. And you can tell I was using royal purple before because it's purple. Okay, so let's, the wind's been up and just blowing everything everywhere, so let's put some oil in it. Okay, here we go. All set. And this thing is pretty handy most of the time. Don't go too fast. We're not in a race here. Well, let's give her a crank here. Make sure your brakes are locked on and everything. So I got right at 3 quarts in it. Glow plugs have been glowing. Oil pressure lamp going away. A little bit of air. Just a little air. There we go. Okay. I wanted to do that for you. good enough. Now, the reason she bucked is because she had air in the fuel system, but I did give that thing a few more pumps. And so you don't sit there and grind the starter and tear your battery up and everything else. So that was quite the success. Now, let's wait a minute and check the oil, make sure we're at the tippy top there. And as it says on the Jaguar stick, good advice at all times. It says it right there. Stop engine, wait 1 minute. See? Ain't that cool? Tells you right there on it. Is anything on the other side? Yes, it's on the same thing on the other side. Stop engine, wait 1 minute. So cool, huh? Well, let's check her. I'm gonna put you down right there, steady cam, which is rare in my world. Let's wipe her down. Okay. And let's see where we are here. We're right at the tippy top. You can see there's the end of the hatch marks right there. So we got her. Don't see any other leaks. Okay, we're gonna leave that there and throw that away. Get that out of the shop now that it's got oil in it, right? Okay, so what's on the list? I looked at the book and talked to the man, and like I said, okay, alternator belt's fine, air filter's cleaned, fuel filter, oil and filter 5W30, sharpen the blades, getting ready to new bite the radiator. Don't have to worry about transcreen for another 50 hours. I don't have to worry about the axle and wheel torque. I'll do that in a minute. Then we'll back her out. New brights next. All right. I'll clean up when I get my toolboxes back in place. A lot easier that way. And make sure I'm all clear everywhere. Got my noise abatement, got my hat on, got my sunglasses on and everything. Okay. All right, let's step up and give her another crank. We're gonna be running the mower blades, so I need my 3M 95s. These are pretty good. They're lightweight and pretty good. Okay. Click. Okay, let's see, the upper hose is hot. Yep, upper hose is hot, and so this thing kind of better I just got for the Harley, isn't it? So I got my new bright. I got air. There's a screen that goes in front of the thing. Seems kind of anemic. I don't know why. So read your directions on this new bright stuff. She's pretty dangerous stuff, but I don't need to put it in a spray bottle today. I just need to get it here. Wear your gloves, wear your eye stuff. Don't talk with your mouth full. Don't track mud across the floor. All that good stuff. Ooh, I can smell it already. You can see it already. Splashed a little bit on my hands. It don't burn too bad. The trick is just get it in there best you can. Now, I try to get it on both sides because you can kind of see where it's. You can see it's coming through up there. But just do both sides if you got that chance. If you have a sprayer, you get a little bit more. You get a little bit more pressure. But this kind of stuff is so important on tractors. Outside lawn equipment that's water cooled, of course. Ooh, there she comes. I'm just going to give her one treatment. I'm not going to give her two. I do this once every couple of years. And we're going to wrap this thing up here soon. Ooh, all coming out of there, ain't it? It's all fizzing up. Listen to him fizz. Okay. Get it on the sides. Well, that tells you what you need to know right there, don't it? Oh, it's just baking out of there. Okay. Set your timer for 5 minutes. That's all it took, just a little tiny bit. It's been 5 minutes, and that looks like it's done all it's going to do. So let's get the water going here, and give her a nice rinse. This is why you don't want to get the motor too hot. You just want to get it warm. You don't want to be spraying cold water. Get the goo and the dirt flying out of there. Don't do this on your driveway. Don't spray it in your alternator. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if it's coming through. Yeah, coming through good. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. So, let me get this turned off. Well, okay, well, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to turn this hose off with both hands. Okay, thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.